At exactly 12 o'clock, the iron-studded wooden door of the mansion slammed shut on its own, shaking the dust from the ceiling beams and sending a deep, hollow echo through the empty corridors. The lock turned with a slow, deliberate click, as if unseen fingers were testing it twice to be certain. Outside, the night wind died instantly. Inside, the air became heavy, stale, and cold enough to sting the skin. Rakhte stood frozen a few steps away from the door, his breath caught halfway in his chest. He had not touched the handle. No breeze had pushed it. The door had moved with intention. The old mansion, silent for decades, had just sealed him inside at midnight. A faint smell of damp wood and rusted iron filled his nose. Somewhere deep in the house, a floorboard creaked, not under footsteps, but under time itself. Raghve's torchlight trembled as his hand shook. The beams slid across peeling walls, cracked portraits, and a staircase disappearing into darkness. His heart beat loud enough to feel like sound. Every caretaker before him had warned him never to stay past midnight. He had dismissed those warnings as qadar. Village fear passed down without reason. But now, standing in the locked belly of the mansion, Raghve realized the silence was listening to him. The mansion, known locally as Devgarh Haveli, had been abandoned after a sudden tragedy 30 years ago. No family ever stayed long. Some said the house rejected people. Others said something inside awoke only after midnight. Raghve had accepted the caretaker job because no one else would. He needed money, and he believed in logic. The beam of his torch landed on the door again. The iron latch had fully slid into place. Thick, old metal hugged the frame tightly, as if it had grown there. Raghve stepped closer and pulled. The door did not move even an inch. He tried again, harder this time. Nothing. A low sound drifted from above, like slow breathing through a cracked wall. It rose and fell, steady and patient. Raghve's throat went dry. He told himself it was the wind moving through broken windows, but the windows were all shut. He had locked them himself before nightfall. Behind him, the mansion released another sound, a soft dragging noise, wood scraping against stone. It came from the long corridor to the left, where rooms had remained closed for years. Dust hung thick there, undisturbed, and yet something was moving. Raghve forced his feet to turn away from the door. Panic would only waste energy. He reminded himself that houses make noises. Old structures shifted. Fear exaggerated everything. Still, every step he took echoed too loudly, as if the mansion wanted to track his position. As he walked, memories returned. The first day he arrived, when he met Mira. Mira had come to the Haveli as a researcher, documenting abandoned heritage buildings. She was calm, observant, and carried an old camera that never left her side. Unlike others, she did not mock the mansion, nor did she fear it openly. She listened to it. Raghve had noticed how she paused before entering rooms, how she stood still at doorways, as if waiting for permission. She had warned him quietly that this house followed a schedule. Midnight was important. He had laughed then. Mira had not smiled back. The dragging sound stopped suddenly, replaced by a faint tapping, slow, rhythmic, like fingernails testing walls. The torchlight revealed a row of closed doors, all identical, the paint swollen from moisture. The tapping came from the third door. His heartbeat accelerated. He knew he should not open it. The mansion seemed to lean closer, its walls pressing inward. The air felt tighter with each breath. The tapping paused, then resumed, closer now, as if responding to his attention. Raghve remembered another thing Mira had said. The mansion did not like to be ignored. Against every instinct, he placed his hand on the handle. The metal burned cold. As he turned it, the tapping stopped completely. The door opened with a long, tired groan. Inside was a small study. Dust covered everything except the center of the floor, where footprints appeared fresh, as if someone had just been standing there. The footprints faced the wall. Raghve stepped inside slowly. The door behind him creaked, but did not close. On the wall hung a large, cracked mirror. His reflection looked wrong, stretched, slightly delayed, blinking a moment after he did. The breathing sound returned, louder now, filling the room. Raghve's reflection lifted his hand just a second slower than his own. Panic surged through him. He pressed himself against the door, pulling at the handle desperately. It did not open. The mirror's glow grew brighter, revealing something new in the reflection. Mira standing behind him. He spun around. The room was empty.
empty. No footsteps, no movement. When he looked back, the reflection remained unchanged, showing her presence as if she belonged there. Memories struck him like ice. Mira had disappeared 2 weeks ago. Authorities said she had left town suddenly, but Raghav remembered her last night in the mansion, how she had stayed past midnight, how the doors had locked. The breathing grew heavier. The mirror's surface rippled slightly like disturbed water. The reflection of Mira appeared closer now, her face calm, eyes empty. Raghav felt a pressure in his chest, as if the room itself was inhaling him. He realized then that the mansion did not kill people. It recorded them. It trapped moments, repeating them endlessly. Midnight was when it chose. A loud crack split the air. The mirror fractured down the center. Light burst outward, blinding him. When Raghav regained awareness, he was lying in the main hall. The door stood open. Morning sunlight streamed inside, warm and ordinary. Birds chirped outside. The mansion looked harmless again. Villagers later found him unconscious near the entrance. He survived, but he never spoke again. His eyes followed empty corners. His hands twitched at midnight every night. The mansion still stands abandoned. Locals say that sometimes, after midnight, the front door locks itself, and in the cracked mirrors inside, 2 figures can be seen, one watching, one waiting, both trapped in a moment the house refuses to forget.